Welcome to KIKI with REZA and MJ.
Welcome, welcome.
Okay, today we're going to talk about Lala's engagement, Vanderpump Rules.
Because you went to Lala's engagement. It's not that we're talking about it because we saw it on TV. MJ was actually there.
With Tommy.
With Tommy. So we're going to be hitting Atlanta. We're going to talk about Vanderpump. And most excited to talk about Jersey. But we got to get to the Shah's tea at the very end. Because it's so juicy. I think that literally, if you guys drank this tea, you'd be intoxicated and you wouldn't make it through the whole segment. So we're gonna save the Shah's tea for the very end. You guys, the most important thing about what we're doing right now is
we want to hear from you.
Exactly. So comment down below, let us know, subscribe, all that jazz.
Okay, cool. So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Atlanta first.
Yeah.
Fine. So they go to Destin, which is the stupidest place I've ever heard. Sorry, but what's going on with these budgets for these trips?
I started out being obsessed with the idea because Greg Leaks, who we are holding in our hearts and praying for.
Our prayers for a speedy recovery.
Absolutely. Get well soon. And we were super excited that they were doing couples trips.
So he was bummed out.
A la Married to Medicine.
Yes, very a la Married to Medicine.
Yes.
They have those like couples games.
Yeah,
and every episode is like couples therapy.
Shady Dr. Heavenly asks those probing questions because she's a relationship expert and she f***s you all up.
You know, after I hear the way that you talk about Dr. Heavenly, it almost changed my perspective after I watched the next episode. I was like, maybe REZA is onto something. And then I was like, I don't know. I like to.
I love Dr. Heavenly, but she's shady as
I do too. But who is she beefing with? Mariah. But I'm on Mariah's side because Dr. Heavenly put it out there. She has her sister issues, which is a theme right now because when we get to Jersey, there's another sister issue with Jackie.
Totally. Jackie doesn't with her sister. And we have a bitch on our cast who doesn't with her sister also.
That's right. Oh my God.
So it seems like it's a theme.
So, sisters, I'm so glad I don't have a sister to fight with.
Back to Destin.
So what's up with like all those ladies jumping in a car or a truck or a bus and then landing in this blase house in this, no one's ever heard of this location.
Right.
One room more yogurt vanilla than the other.
Let me ask you something. Before we break down the rooms and how Tanya ended up in the room with the bunk beds, do you think it's super shady to have come from your bachelorette weekend having not invited Nene, who's going to be speaking or doing something at your wedding?
Everyone knows Eva is the messiest Bessie on this side of the Mississippi.
So we're actually in agreement?
For once.
Okay.
But we want to know what you think. Do you think that
Eva is messy?
The messiest Bessie this side of the Mississippi? Because she's not a good liar. You don't say it was a surprise bachelorette, but then she invited. You don't invite people.
And we don't want to mix up messy and shady because my shade award goes to Marlo Hampton because that bitch who I love is the official shadiest bitch on the Real Housewives of Atlanta because she will straight up look at Candy and be like, Candy, are you a lesbian? Yes. She'll say the thing that no one else will say that everyone else is thinking. I love Atlanta. Atlanta is not as juicy as Vanderpump or as juicy as
Jersey.
Jersey. So we're gonna wrap it up. We love Atlanta. We're looking forward to some juiciness and some tea.
Yeah, we're not gonna stop watching you, ATL. We love you.
But in the meantime, we need to address James Kennedy.
100%.
What the actual is going on with James?
I think he's the worst person on the planet. He's one of those people that doesn't deserve fame. He doesn't deserve to be on this network.
Completely disagree with MJ because I feel like
below.
Whose side are you on? Because my opinion is you only act the way people let you act. So if Raquel is cool with her man having a dipstick for a dick where he's dipping it in this girl's sugar and then this girl's fun dip. Remember those when we were kids that came with that white stick and you stick it in it?
You peel it off and then you have...
Yeah, so if Raquel is good going, then more power to her.
She's very young and inexperienced.
The young lady came up, stood in front of her and said, listen, I was boning your man at Coachella while you were asleep in the other room.
And she chose
what more do you need?
And she chose not to believe it.
Exactly.
Her name is Hope. Did you notice the
Faith
and Hope?
Yeah. All of these ladies at Sir Pomp Villa Blanca have very inappropriate names. Her name should be more like Champagne.
Truth.
Truth?
Yeah, because she came and told the truth.
You have a Marty here. Okay, there.
Bottom line, the person who should be getting the highest salary on Vanderpump Rules is James, because he's bringing him and Raquel are bringing all the excitement to the show.
I don't think Raquel brings any excitement. Raquel brings the doormat element, and then James just wipes his feet.
Don't we deserve to give Kristen some credit because she did bring Hope around?
Yeah, Kristen, Messy Boots. The Messy Award goes to Kristen Doute for sticking up for Brittany and wanting to make sure that homeboy, aka James Kennedy, gets his due. So, more power to Kristen. But can we talk about how James shaded in a really uncool way a woman who was wearing shorts and he was body shaming her.
Katie, you have the best body ever.
We love you, Katie.
You have beautiful hair. You're obviously using REZA Be Obsessed because it's so shiny.
Katie, we love you.
And
do not let skinny ass James
we're gonna find
bring you down.
We're gonna find out if LVP fires James next week.
It seems that way, and I hope that LVP took that sit-down meeting very seriously. It appears that Katie gives LVP an ultimatum.
Okay, this is the thing.
Are we on the same side with this?
Of course we are.
Okay.
I've already established.
Whose side are you guys on?
Do you believe Kristen and Hope, or do you think that they're lying? Which they're obviously not, in my opinion. Comment below.
But James will rise from the ashes like a phoenix, and I really, really want to get
That
to...
sounds like you're rooting for him.
I am rooting for him.
You probably are.
I am rooting for him.
I figured.
You know.
Typical.
Why?
Just, you're just ruthless.
No, I'm rooting
He's
for...
ruthless Rudy, you guys.
I'm rooting for him because I'm hoping that he changes his ways.
The only
We
thing
need to
I
get
will
to
say
Jersey.
was that I did get to witness Lala and Randall Emmett's engagement party this weekend.
that?
Last Saturday night.
How was
so
it?
Tommy and I went, and you guys, it was beautiful. She looked beautiful.
Was James there?
No, hell no.
James wasn't invited?
Nobody wants him around. Nowhere to be found, obviously.
Was everyone else there?
Everybody else was there.
I want to get to Jersey.
Okay.
Can we talk about Danielle? Stop for a second. Like,
why is she such a bridezilla?
No one of those ladies likes you enough for you to be acting that extreme.
Do you know what I want you to do right now?
That's what I care. I'm like, girl, do you not know? Like, listen, when you have a group of friends like we do, you know how much people like you, and you know how far you can push the envelope.
Right.
Like me and you can push it far.
As far.
Gigi can push it a millimeter.
Right.
Mike about 2 inches.
Right.
Like
That's about it. And so when they get on the boat, she's like, none of you people have done anything yet.
My daughter has done more in 20 minutes than you guys have done all year long.
She's your daughter. You don't say that your guest. I want you to invite me over to your house and then yell at me for not doing enough.
Well, yell at me, yell at my fiance, like literally, your kids hate me. What is wrong with you, Danielle?
Where was his husband when she was getting off the plane so that she didn't have to scream at her guests again?
She's like, oh, no. I can't be bringing this bag out of the plane.
And she wouldn't even stop, even when they were at the point of like on the boat, then they were on the plane, and then they got to the room, then she's talking about her meltdown. But we got to start from the beginning of the episode.
Let's go.
Okay, so we pick up from that other party last week, and thank God.
What
Teresa,
other party? Jennifer's? Are we talking about when they went to Jennifer's house?
Yeah, that one.
And the neck and the head that Jennifer straight stole from my big fat Greek wedding.
She plagiarized.
Jennifer, you did not come up with or quote an ancient biblical saying.
Exactly. It was Nia.
The head and the neck are from my big fat Greek wedding.
And
they're current and contemporary, and do not act like you're Confucius, bitch.
I don't like her.
First of all, which one? I like Jackie a lot. I don't like Jennifer. And Jennifer reminds me of Portia from her first season on Atlanta. Oh, Cordell doesn't like me to go to a strip club. I can't go to a strip club. This bitch is like, oh, I've never been around strippers. It goes against my Turkish culture. Bitch, what culture? Your brother is marrying some chick that mail order bride that you're shipping over from Turkey.
She's embarrassing new money.
Embarrassing. I'm obsessed with family, tradition, Chanel, and being really obnoxious.
Don't drop numbers. Don't say $400 and then 18
No one
bathrooms.
cares about your house.
Nobody.
At all.
And why you push the furniture up against the wall? I hate
That's
that.
super dictator.
Because you don't have a hire decorator.
Google Saddam Hussein's
Yeah,
palaces and you'll see.
you don't want to be emulating Saddam's decorating style.
Girl.
Call Jeff Lewis. Maybe he'll be available to hook you up.
First is that front door, and it has those handles, those
doors in
commercial.
Jersey are something else.
The commercial handles on the inside of her front door are the worst.
Because it's new money.
It's so bad, girl.
Sorry to all the people that are new money that are keeping it classy that we just insulted. It was not intentional.
New money or old money, that Jennifer gets on my last nerves. We're on the highest point in Paramus. Our view.
Yeah.
Literally.
So the main thing was I was so rooting for Team Teresa because I'm clearly Team Teresa and Team Dolores. So not Team Melissa and Jackie.
I'm 1000% Team Jackie and Melissa.
Oh my God.
Comment below whose side are you on. Maris, Jackie is absolutely right. If you could, can you control your husband?
Do you want me to punch you in the face and you're
Can
gonna
you
lose
control
something?
your husband?
You don't need to grab that one point. She said it once.
No, she said it 1,000 times.
No,
She said it 1,000
Melissa keeps
times.
repeating herself because she's holding on to that one tiny little stupid thing.
No,
just to try.
Teresa, I love you, girl, but Teresa's issues are all with her brother, and what she does is she takes them out on her sister-in-law.
First of all,
Because her sister-in-law is around more because poor Joe is working all the time.
the glitter in their eyes says it all. When Joe and Melissa get happy to say that, to hear Jackie say jail, then their faces light up like Rockefeller Center.
Listen, Dolores is my girl and I love her to death, but I think that if Dolores can stand up for Teresa, then Jackie can 100% stand up
Jackie?
for Melissa.
Who is Jackie?
Jackie is her friend.
She's just some annoying girl with an annoying voice, and I choose not to like her, and I'm gonna stand by that. Just like she said, I'm gonna stand by what I said. Teresa, thank you so much for reading her.
I like all of them.
You scared her to death to the point where she had to come
Especially
crawling back
Marge, we love
with her
you.
tail between her legs, and she calls Dolores and says, I need some help. I need some
She
tips
didn't
on
crawl.
how to...
She fucking called her in the car.
I'm afraid.
How are you crawling?
I don't know what to do.
She called her in the car.
I'm so scared.
It's not a big deal.
Help me, help
and
me, help me.
Teresa can be a little vindictive,
Thank you.
so she's making sure that she nips it in the bud so she doesn't get a table flipped on her.
Go, Teresa. I'm here for you. I'm so glad that you scared her.
We're super down with you. I applaud your dedication to the fitness thing that you're doing. Like every trip, you're sipping water with the steamed broccoli. You must have some crazy gas, but you look amazing. I'm actually proud of Jackie for saying what she thought and how she felt, in spite of some other people maybe they might have been intimidated.
Are my eyes crossed?
Whatever. So we're loving it. Comment down below. We're dying to dig into your comments. You team Melissa and Jackie, or are you team
MJ
Teresa and Dolores?
And Dolores. You know where it's at.
The Shah's tea is, see what had happened was, I was at the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf in Beverly Hills, and someone may have given me some tea even though I ordered a coffee.
I actually need to hear the story
and
too.
the tea was that was pregnant by a Beverly Hills plastic surgeon who may or may not be working on the Kardashians. Cut to, I may or may not have been a little tipsy at a gathering at my home, and I might have spilled the tea in front of Golnesa, who had no knowledge of the situation. Cut 3, MJ gets a phone call because someone, female, from our cast was shopping a story about being pregnant. Now, who is the cop caller in our crew?
Golnesa.
So if you add up all the little nuggets and you drink up all the tea, the end result is that Golnesa is calling TMZ allegedly and trying to sell a story. She calls lawyers, she sues everybody.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, she sues people. We don't know about that because luckily we haven't been sued.
That's the reason
why. But we might get sued after this, who knows?
Did you see the post that Golnesa put where she wrote, by the time they decide to support you, you won't even care. I actually hearted it because I like, you know, we support her. And she wrote, that dollar that grew your ego is the same dollar that humbled mine. Fear of failure, don't knock me down. I don't know why though, like no one isn't here for her. Everyone is supportive, everyone is loving.
Okay.
Even if like deep down inside.
Girl, we
like,
support you, we just don't support you ratting people out on TMZ. If allegedly that's what you're doing.
That's true. So I guess like there's a bunch of comments like
Bench?
that. There's a bunch of comments.
There's a bitch of comments.
The people were like, get over yourself. And they weren't like having it. I'm glad that our audience isn't that stupid.
True that. But apparently they see through
some of it.
Gigi's bullshit. Thank you guys for watching.
And subscribe and comment below because we want to know what you think and we'll talk about it next week.
We can't wait. We're going to read all your comments and we might even talk about them on next week's show.
We'll
so do it down here. Like, subscribe, comment, all that.